My name is Sahar Salani. I am Muslim. I grew up in a very multi-faith community, and I currently live in a community where Muslim, Jews, and Christians, we all live together, and we work on social justice issues. Alhamdulillah. And I'm a product of Catholic schools, and my mother, who grew up in Baghdad, Iraq, is also a product of Catholic schools. And I know this is cliche, but I would not be who I am, or what I am today, or where I am, without the nuns. Although I came here, my mother was a student. She got her PhD from University of Pittsburgh. We were in our own little bubble in our mosque. And although I had known about female empowerment, I hadn't really understood the concept outside of our circle. And a lot of people had wondered about oppression in the Middle East and about Muslim women. But it wasn't until I went to Catholic school that I was groomed in a way where it was really okay to be who you want to be. And even though it was a co-educational school, it was Sister Teresa that taught me the quadratic equation. It was Sister Emily that taught me physics. It was Sister Janet in literature that taught me to argue using the power of words. And it was Father Alonso that encouraged me to search into the Quran and find out quotes that spoke to me. And it was always during prayer time that they would say, we have another room if you would like to go and pray in your own way, but you're always welcome here. And they always helped me to deepen my own faith. And the nuns were there when we buried my brother at the age when he was 16 when he passed away. And I remember when my children, when I actually was about ready to graduate high school, my parents, although very modern, were still very, very concerned about living in American society. And they had decided to get us married a little bit younger in a traditional way. And I remember, although I had good marks and I had applied to a lot of schools around the country, I remember it was very sad that the only school I could go to was the local school across the street. And I was so devastated. And I said, I worked all these years and my dreams of just going away. And it was Sister Marie that sat down and told me, she said, it's not where you study, it's what you make out of where you are and how you live in your faith and how you act out your faith, no matter where you go. Open your book and do the best that you can, Sahar. And don't forget about what we taught you, and don't forget to be the best representative of a Muslim faith that you can be. And I remember this one quote from the Quran, and I'm going to have to put my glasses on. And I remember a couple of my favorite verses. This is one of the last revelations that the Prophet Muhammad received from the angel Gabriel. The Prophet Muhammad was a reminder of the messages of the messengers before him. And in our tradition, we believe that this is God's monologue, and nothing new was revealed to him. It was merely, again, a reminder of the messages. And in this verse it says, God says, I shall not lose sight of the labor of any of you who labors in my way. Each of you is equal to the other in the sight of me, whether it be man or woman. And from that I always learned that if on the day of judgment, men and women are judged equally on their duties, how in this lifetime and in this world can we not be judged equally or treated equally based on how we strive for justice? And growing up, I continued my interfaith work, but it wasn't until my children went away to college and I moved to this interfaith arena where I really had to study the lingo. I used to work in television, so all these new words were kind of interesting, social justice and, and like networking, we were just talking about it, and all these interesting words that come with the nuances of working in social justice arena. I learned how to deepen my faith from the other faith traditions and how to be a stronger, wiser Muslim. And I think that comes from my Catholic school tradition. And I would like to end by one of my favorite quotes from the Quran. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. God says, I have divided you into nations and tribes so that you may get to know one another and live in peace. I have made you different and in need of one another. Different and in need of one another. I have given you each a path to the truth, and a prescribed law and a tradition. I will try you by what I have given you and by what I have made you. So vie with one another only in that of doing good works. For the most noble of you in the sight of me is the most righteous. Sisters, thank you for everything you have done for me. Thank you for going on the road, and thank you for your witness in this world. God bless you.